And I'll be right by your side, Vanessa, no matter what the outcome is. You'll be in my arms, Vanessa. Soon you'll be in my arms. But first, I need to get laid. Since you've got these concerns, I think the best thing for you to do is speak with Zeke about them. You're not ready to talk about it? That's alright. But if you need help, just know that I'm more than willing to help out. Gianni, you have to believe that I didn't do anything maliciously. No matter what your intentions were, Quinlan, you shouldn't have spoken about my wife. What's done is done, and you need to leave my home. What do you have to tell me about you and Yvette? Did you finally do the smart thing and let her go? Letting go of Yvette wouldn't be smart, JJ, especially now. What's that supposed to mean? Yvette and we're gonna take our relationship to the next level. The next level? You know what I mean. This weekend, there's gonna be a party at her place. That's when Yvette and I are finally gonna sleep together. What's on your mind, Nichelle? Is this about how my sister's all over the news? This has nothing to do with Quinlan. Are you cheating on me, Zeke? Are you and Yvette hooking up again? Isidore, what are you doing in my hotel? Don't worry, Isabel. I'm only here to see Harley. As you know, my family has been mentioned in the media lately and thought I could use some legal advice. Yes, I have noticed. Seems like you're all in a rough spot. Nothing that can't be fixed, especially since I am the family fixer. Does that mean you had something to do with Gianni and Heidi throwing Quinlan Franklin under the bus? Whatever you have to say, Quinlan, I don't want to hear it. I'm not ready to talk with you. The ignored calls made that pretty clear, but we're gonna have to talk eventually. What do we need to talk about? Something that we already know? Except the whole world now knows that I've been dating my father's mistress. You're gonna hook up with Yvette? Keith, you know that I'm a born-again Christian. You should know that I'm not gonna support your decision. I get that you have your beliefs, but I care about Yvette. And Yvette doesn't care about you. Besides, you should wait until you find a girl who you really love. When you find that girl, you marry her. I think we can both agree that marriage isn't something that you're ready for. Look, I'm not gonna miss out on the only opportunity I might have to be this close to a girl. Hold up, where's this even coming from? Just answer the question, Zeke. Nah, I ain't cheating on you. You know hooking up with Yvette is something that I'll regret for as long as I live. You're the girl who I love, Nichelle, but you only expressed your love to me once. While you hooked up with Yvette Mitchell plenty of times. I promise you that I ain't been thinking about Yvette at all. You still ain't tell me where you got this idea from. Haven't you heard that she's dating Keith Burke, allegedly? Quinlan Franklin involved herself in this situation the moment she started sleeping with my brother. Listen to me, Isidore. My daughter Nichelle has become friends with Quinlan. I hope that you didn't make a public spectacle out of someone who my daughter is fond of. You know that I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, just like you'll do whatever it takes to protect yours. You would also understand that difficult decisions have to be made to protect your family. Difficult decisions like what, Isidore? Dad, what gives you the right to threaten Dr. Murphy? Ben, I understand how embarrassed you must feel. Do you understand? I do. Your parents just exposed me for being your father's whore. That could cause major repercussions for my career. Of course. Nothing can harm your precious career, Quinlan. Your career is the only thing that's affected in all of this. That's not my only concern, and you know it. I'm concerned about you and how you're handling everything. You don't want to know how I'm feeling right now. If I didn't want to know, then I wouldn't be here right now when you don't even desire to face me. Alright, since you want to know so much, maybe I should just express how I'd really like a drink to keep my mind off of all of this. Do you actually think Yvette is the only girl who would want to be with you? No other girl wanted me before. Besides, Yvette is the only girl I want, JJ. You're 15! You don't know how long you'd even be with Yvette. Besides, have you forgotten how many guys she's been with? That's the sort of girl you want to lose your virginity to? I'm not changing my mind, JJ. And since you mentioned her past, guess it sounds like she owes me. What does Yvette being with the police commissioner's son got to do with me? Keith isn't the sort of guy Yvette has been known to be associated with. Besides, I'm certain that she's not sleeping with him. And you need to be certain that I ain't sleeping with her either. Then how come you made love to me once, but hooked up with her more than that? What is Alan talking about, Isidore? I don't know. Lying to her again, Dad. Isabel, don't fall for his charm. You were already married to one guy who lied to you for years. Spare yourself of going through that again. Alan, I'm advising you not to make yourself look like an idiot. I don't feel like an idiot at all, Dad. Not when I know that it's really strange for Dr. Murphy to just endorse Heidi out of the blue, right after she called out Heidi for destroying her marriage. First off, why are you more concerned about Dr. Murphy than Heidi? Heidi's your aunt, for crying out loud. You barely even know Dr. Murphy. I don't see you denying that you threatened her. What exactly did you threaten her with? Are you still attending AA meetings? Chill out, Quinlan. I'm still going. Funny how you didn't seem to care about my sobriety when you told your power-hungry boss about my mother's sins. Don't you understand that I regret running my stupid mouth? You're not gonna tell me that you regret sleeping with my father in the first place? That should be a given, Ben. I had no idea that I would ever fall for you when Gianni and I got to know each other. Having an affair with him was the biggest mistake of my life. You have to believe that. Instead of discussing beliefs, maybe we should discuss facts. When you began sleeping with my dad, you knew he was married. Sure, you didn't meet me before then, but you knew I existed. You also knew that if you and my dad got caught, then my 16-year-old brother would be affected by the consequences of your actions. Yet, none of that stopped you from getting involved with my father. What do you mean Yvette owes you? I might not like the girl, but she doesn't owe you her body when she's not even your wife. You'll never understand. Not when your eyes are always fixed on that ancient book you believe in. Besides, you can't stop me. You're right, Keith. I can't stop you from making a huge mistake. And if you sleep with Yvette, that's exactly what you'll be making. Whatever, JJ. Nichelle, I'd love to make love to you as often as I can. Then why don't you? Summer's almost over and you never mentioned it once. I told you that I'm trying to do things right this time around and take things slow. Besides, what matters most is that you know I ain't cheating on you and I ain't gonna do it again. Why is making love such a big deal to you anyway? Because something that was supposed to be special started off great and ended in disaster. Am I so wrong for wanting to have a second chance at taking back something that meant so much to me, Zeke? Nichelle, I didn't mean to. I didn't threaten Dr. Murphy with anything. Not only does my dad lie, Isabel, but he threatens women. Dr. Murphy also happens to be a mother. Is that the sort of man you want to take back? Your son might have a point, Isidore. Heidi is your family and Dr. Murphy spoke against her. In your own words, difficult decisions have to be made to protect family. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? How come you had to threaten Dr. Murphy to get an endorsement out of her? Why do you care, Alan? Maybe it surprises you that Mom gave birth to a human being rather than a monster you can mold into your own image, Dad. Don't you dare forget who you're talking to. If you plan to become the head of this family someday, then you need to learn one important lesson. People who come after our family get hurt. Remember that. I'm sorry, Ben. I'll always regret what I've done. When I got with your dad, it was supposed to be this fun, exciting affair. I had no idea that it would end in disaster. You had no idea? Be real with me, Quinlan. Alright, I'll be real with you. Scandals like these blow over until the next big thing comes along. We'll be able to move past this. Will we? Sure, maybe the public will get over it. For all I know, they'll forget about it altogether. But not me. When my dad threw you under the bus, I had to finally accept that I'll always remember what you shared with him. Do you think our relationship could still survive the choices I made in my past? Quinlan, believe me when I say that I'm not ready to talk with you yet. Don't make me say something that you won't want to hear.